Hey guys, it's Monkey Farm. When Ethos started messing around with his new mob evader or mob spawner system, and he ran into the problem where his light level was 7, allowing for spawns if he had his lava light going down the side. And so I got to tinkering, and I pretty much immediately Armitage came out with what I think is probably the perfect solution for Etho, which is to rotate the lava to the next block when the 6x6 spawning block is repeated. So I got to messing around with different different designs of how this could work. Well, if you think about it, if there were a way to light from the middle, you could get all of these extra spaces without spawning, and you wouldn't have to worry about it. The problem with this, obviously, is that you still get spiders anywhere beyond, say, 2 blocks away. And then what are you going to do? Basically dig a new hole. So if you don't have a problem with spawners or spiders, or you never want to turn spiders off, you can place a bunch of these. But then obviously if you're building a square building, you have all this excess unused wasted space, so you don't want that. If you're building a horizontal farm where you're not stacking them vertically, you could place these pads next to each other and not waste much space. But then you don't get a smooth canal for if you're using a water canal or anything like that. You would have to use a lower level water washing system that will push the mobs where you want them to go. So I kind of came up with a combination of the two, where I can light the entire pad with lava from the center, so that way I can use a much bigger spawning area while only still using one pillar of lava. I took the lazy route, I guess, to just cut the corner down to a half slab, because this is obviously the same problem that Etho would have, that the lighting on this block is 7, so you could potentially get mobs spawning here. So you have 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So given that this is a much bigger block, I cut the corners off. So what else I've added is the water system, which you can block all of these holes. Basically what this is, it's kind of like a 6x6 spawning pad, but it's like 4 of them overlapping in the center, so the lava one will be the center one, and these all are added around it. So now we have all these pillars to prevent spiders if we want, and we have a much bigger pad, and we're using well, I don't know if it's less resources, but let's see. Each of the 4 pads used 3 pistons only. The work area above here is, let's see, 1 block higher. So Etho only had 3 blocks of space above, because he hit the ceiling of his map. Luckily I'm not in that situation, so and this water could probably be cleaned up a bit, but just to show you what the water does, I'll turn off one of these. So this 1 block of water actually fills 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pillars of water from 1 water block. So that's kind of why, obviously it looks a little bit messy, there's a lot of water here, but that's the reason, is that I don't have to have a water pillar or a water block above each of these, or or I don't have to have like 4 of them per pad. I can just have 2. So I have this water block covering the remaining 4 blocks over on this side. So I can turn those on or off. So if I turn this off, spiders will now be able to spawn. And if I want the lava on, and the cool thing is still that I think like Armitage showed it, I believe, where what if you turn the water on when the lava's on? Are you going to get cobblestone? No, since the lava is a vertical tower, basically, it will cut through any water. So I can mistime my water or my lava, and it doesn't matter. So I'll turn my lava off now, and the water will just continue to flow down behind it. And there it is. So basically the difference here, if you want to calculate efficiency, let's see. So Ethos had 6 by 6 minus 4, so you have 32 blocks each, so 128 if you have 4 of these smaller pads. If you have 4 of these pads, counting or subtracting, of course, the cutoff corners and the water pillars, with 4 pads here, I get 272, I believe, spawnable blocks. So 272 versus 128 is a big improvement. The space used, of course, is a little bit more. The space I used for this is these are 9 by 9, so we have a 2 channel as well. So we have what, 20 plus the walls, so 22 blocks. That will be I guess a couple more if we did do the side channels. I know Ethos just cut out his side channels and just left the middle ones. So let's go with 22 wide. This one would be 16 wide if you use 16 by 16 if he used 4 of these pads, giving him 128 spawnable blocks. This gives me 272 spawnable blocks, which is 56% of the horizontal space. This method, or the smaller blocks, gives you about 50%. So there is a little bit more efficiency horizontally, even with the cutouts, the wasted cutout space. This will give you a little bit more efficiency. Obviously, it will use a few more blocks. That one was 16, this is 22, so if you have 6 more blocks, you can get a little bit more efficiency out of it. Of course, the upper works are a little less efficient. It requires, another block or so high and an extra piston per pad. I use 3 pistons for each of these 4 pads. Not much else that I can think of. So why don't we see it in action? So I've done my little MC edit magic here, stacked it up. Obviously there's a little more work that needs to be done, but so I have 2 different models here, one with the outer channel and then one without. I haven't figured out a clean way to get in here yet. Obviously I need to mob proof this and turn off the torches, because obviously the pistons leak light through there. Let's go ahead and just shut everything off. I haven't wired this one yet, obviously. There, my lava's off, my water is on, and let's plug this up and see if we can get some mobs in there. Okay, we are getting quite a few mobs spawning here. Looks like I still have some tunnels competing for mobs here in the ground. But looks like there are quite a few mobs spawning here, over 76 so far. Let's see if it will go higher than that. I have what, 1, 2, 3, I have 3 levels. So this is stackable obviously, so technically I could add more levels if I don't reach whatever 100% efficiency is. I'm not completely set on 100% efficiency obviously, since I cut the corner blocks and everything, but it's a little bit more fun just building this stuff. But looks like they are all dropping off into the canal parts at least, so everything seems to be working well. There are a ton of mobs in there. Anyway, if you guys like this design, let me know, give me any feedback if I did anything wrong or if I'm not thinking anything through correctly. I would greatly appreciate any feedback. That would be awesome, and I hope you enjoyed it. So this is my little work of art here. Alright guys, have a good weekend.